In order to create a traffic source, click on Create Traffic Source. In this section, you can create new traffic sources. The traffic source is a previously created set of tokens which you can use in your campaigns. Once you've created traffic sources when creating campaigns in the tab General Info, you don't need to fill in tokens manually. Just select Traffic Source from the drop-down list. What are tokens for? All tokens that you use in the traffic source are for creating unique URLs for your campaigns and to pass parameters from the traffic source to AdsBridge or to the target site. There are two options to create a new traffic source. Use the predefined traffic source templates or create one manually. If you want to use the traffic source templates provided by our system, click the Traffic Source Templates button. A pop-up window will appear from which you can select the template of the needed traffic source and mark the required parameters. Then press Save. After that, the traffic source name, postback URL, tracking ID, cost parameter, and tokens of the selected traffic source will be automatically pasted into the corresponding fields. Please note that some sources do not support the transfer of the cost parameter, so the field cost might be empty. After you've downloaded the template, you can manually edit it. When you're done, click Save. The second way is to add all the parameters manually. To start with, enter the traffic source name and then fill in all the required parameters. The logic of all the tokens configuration and performance is the following. There are two fields for each token, name and value. In the name field, enter the name of the parameter as you want it to appear in your campaign's URL. For example, if you enter country in the field name, this parameter will be added to the campaign's URL, and the link will look like www.adsbforall.com/country equals. In the value field, enter the macros taken from your traffic source in order to pass different values. Macros work as follows. When the user clicks on the campaign's URL, they are redirected from the traffic source to your campaign at AdsBridge. At the moment of redirection, these macros are being substituted by the traffic source with the corresponding values in order to pass them to your tracker or to the target site. For example, if you want to pass the name of the country your traffic is coming from, enter the macro country in the value field so your campaign's URL will look like www.adsbforall.com/country equals country. At the moment of redirection, if your traffic, for example, is coming from the United Kingdom, the value country will be substituted with UK. Let's enter other tokens for this traffic source. Please note, all traffic sources have different macros. Find out from your traffic source, documentation, or support team which macros to use. Next to the field's name and value, you'll see a drop-down list from which you can choose the token type, primary or additional. Primary tokens are values you need to track and deliver to the AdsBridge system from your traffic source. These parameters will be displayed in the statistics section. Additional tokens are values that will be taken from the traffic source and transferred to the target site. These parameters will not be logged by AdsBridge. They will only be transferred to the offer. You can use up to 6 primary tokens and as many additional tokens your campaign requires. Let's take a closer look on how the parameters differ from other tokens. Postback URL. Paste the S2S postback URL from the traffic source in order to pass conversions from AdsBridge to the traffic source. This URL will be automatically transferred to the S2S postback URL field on the third step of campaign creation. Tracking ID. This is the traffic source's parameter that passes the unique click ID of the traffic source. This parameter is required if you want to pass conversions from AdsBridge to the traffic source using third-party pixels. This parameter will be automatically transferred to the tracking token field on the third step of campaign creation. Cost. The traffic source's parameter that passes the cost of click on the traffic source, cost per visit of the AdsBridge campaign. The value of this parameter received from the traffic source will be used to calculate your spend on this campaign. If your traffic source doesn't support the transfer of cost parameter, you can enter cost per visit manually on the first step of campaign creation. If you want your affiliate network to get parameters passed from the traffic source, then setting up tokens is different. For example, if you use the Cake platform, you should do the following. In the name field, you should enter the name of the affiliate's network's parameter that can receive the value you want to pass. For example, S2, S3, S4. In the value field, enter the macro of the traffic source that passed the needed value. For example, country, device, OS. You can also find an example of the campaign's URL at the bottom of your web page. This is just an example of how your campaign's URL will look. Click the Save button to finish the traffic source creation.